In this video we're going to look at the virtual orb page at smmcroberts.net/games/orb. I'll show you how to make use of the interface to help solve the puzzle. Other videos will explain the strategies for actually solving the puzzle. See the links in the description below. When you first open the page, this is what you will see. The orb is in the center of the screen in a scrambled state. There are mirrors behind and below it to allow you to see all the beads without having to turn the orb. Though, of course, you can turn it if you wish. Just left mouse click anywhere on the gray hemisphere and drag. Clicking and dragging on the blue hemisphere will rotate it up or down. While clicking and dragging a bead will move its entire band of beads left or right. Clicking a bead without moving it will highlight the bead. Click again to unhighlight it, or use the escape key to unhighlight all highlighted beads. All of this is described in the controls window at the top right of the screen, along with some other items of interest. For instance, you can toggle the highlighting of a bead by pressing the Alt key and typing in its number. I'll try this with Alt 4. And Alt 4 again unhighlights the bead. You can return the orb and/or the blue hemisphere to their starting positions, 0 rotation, by using the H key or clicking on these links. A lowercase h will return the blue hemisphere to 0 rotation. Uppercase H will return the orb to 0 rotation, and Control H will do both. You will find a lot of use for the H key in solving the puzzle. Many have noticed the window at the bottom right labeled Move History. This keeps track of all of the moves you have made. Use Ctrl Z to take back a move, or Ctrl Y to redo a move. Or click their links here in the controls window. In addition to dragging with the mouse to move beads or to do rotations, you can use your keyboard's arrow keys, or these buttons in the controls window. The radio buttons on the third line indicate what the arrow keys currently control. With band 1 checked, the left arrow will move band 1 one place to the left. If band 2 is checked, then the right and left arrow keys affect the beads on band 2. The up and down arrow keys affect the blue hemisphere, unless orb is checked. The red arrow keys, or control arrow keys on your keyboard, make 4 moves instead of 1. You'll find a lot of use for the red up or down arrow when solving the puzzle, as it rotates the blue hemisphere 180 degrees. At the bottom of the control window are 2 checkboxes. The first toggle on or off the display of numbers on the beads. If you are trying to put the beads in numerical order you will, of course, want the numbers to show. But even if you're doing a colors only goal, you may find the numbers useful to help see which beads are moving where. The next checkbox toggles on or off the recognition of your having solved the puzzle. If this is on, then a victory song will play and the beads will flash when you've solved the puzzle to the default goal. That covers the controls window. Let's look back to the center of the screen again, for a moment. You'll notice to either side of the orb there are long numbered rectangles. These are the numbers of the bands on the orb, and rotate with the orb and/or the blue hemisphere. To their sides is a numerical indicator of the current rotation degree. There is no reason to turn the right hemisphere beyond 180 degrees. If you do, the program can get confused. That's why it's a good idea to make regular use of the H key to return to home. If you do go beyond 180 degrees, the rotation indicator will turn red to warn you. Let's turn our attention, now, to the menu. To access it, either press the M key on your keyboard or click on it. All of the menu items have keyboard shortcut keys, as shown by the underlines. So, as with most everything on this page, you can use your mouse or your keyboard. First up is the starting position, which has 4 choices. You can scramble the beads, which is the way the puzzle starts out. If you have previously saved a file from this page, you can load it here to resume where you left off. You can set the beads to their solved position for the default goal. Finally, you can do a custom setup of the beads. This is useful if you have a physical puzzle that is scrambled and you want to solve it here. The beads are gray, with 1 highlighted. You assign the bead that is highlighted by either clicking a dot on the custom window here, or typing G for green, R for red, etc. Or, you can type the bead number, using a leading 0 or ending with the Enter key for single-digit numbers. Once a bead has been assigned, the next bead will be highlighted and you can continue around the orb assigning the beads. If you make a mistake, you can use the Shift-Tab key to go back, make the correction, then press Tab to go forward again. When done, click the Done button and you can begin solving. That covers the Start Position section. Next on the main menu is Goal Selection. The page starts out with the default goal, shown at the bottom left of the screen, of having one unique color on each band. There are other possible goals. Clicking the option brings up this screen where you can choose a different goal. Some with numbers and some with colors only. Let's pick this one. The screen closes and the goal is refreshed on the bottom left. However, you are on your own at recognizing when you have achieved the goal, and our guide will only guide you to the default goal. Back to the menu. You can save the puzzle to a file at any point, and load it back in later. The View menu lets you hide various parts of the screen, in case you find them distracting. It also lets you choose different colors for the beads, and rename the colors if you like. Let's change the green beads to blue. Click the green dot, and use the color selector to change it to blue. Then let's rename it to blue. Now let's modify the purple color slightly. And click Done. All these settings are saved automatically to your device. So, if you visit the page again on the same device with the same browser, they will remain set to your liking. The next item on the main menu is Help. Interface Help will bring up this screen, with some verbiage as well as a link to this video. Solving Help will bring up this external video tutorial. About will display this screen, showing the version number and date. Finally, there is the Guide. This will guide you step by step into solving the puzzle for the default goal. The guide window will tell you what it is about to do. Wait for you to click the Do It button or press Enter. Then it will perform the move, and wait for you to click the next button, or press Enter, to go to the next step in the solving process. At any point you can click Cancel and take over the solving yourself. Notice the timer on the top left of the screen. This starts whenever you begin a new puzzle. If you load a puzzle file, the time will resume from where you left off. If you solve to the default goal, the timer will stop. If you want to take a break in the interim, click the pause button, or press the P key. This will pause the timer and hide the orb until you click Unpause, or press the P key again. That wraps up our interface tutorial for the virtual orb. You may want to check out our other games via this link, or our homepage via this one.